today? Hope everyone's doing well. Sorry for being late. Today is Developer Thursday. Welcome. Well, there's only, well, the person that normally would take screenshots and clip something like that, they've been removed from the community. let's just say that. Because, that's something they did. And it was really cringe. And there's been no clips. And I was really quick on the delete. Great. I think I just need to, like, use a VPN always on this. I think that's what I need to do. Basically, hi Chris Carroll. Hello. Hi Mari, thanks for gifting a sub to Evo. Oh, it's been a while since I've done that. Okay, let me open, let me open my VPN. Where is it? Is this it? Are you my VPN? No, that's Unity Hub. Do I not have it installed on this computer? I thought I did. Did I close it? Oh, it wants me to connect to China. You know what? Wait, can I connect to Australia? Can I be Australian? Is there Australia? Oh! I can be Australian. Okay. Mari, if you're here, Sydney, Melbourne, or Perth? Where should I be from? Sydney, Melbourne, or Perth? Okay, I just picked one. Okay, so now if I go back to Amazon by accident again, will it do the same thing? Yes, it will do the same thing. Okay, why am I signed into Amazon on this computer anyway? Sign out. Perfect. Now what is my IP? I'm not a robot. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. I wonder if I just leave this up for a while if someone's gonna be like, your IP address is showing. Ah! I chose Sydney just because it has the better ping. Umeko, what do you mean, am I sure? What do you mean, am I sure? Hello? What am I not sure of? Robot? Robot? Robot. What's robot? Am I a robot? I can make my voice sound like a robot. Can I? I can get open voice mod. You can't see that anyway. I said something about robot? I don't think I did. Pretty sure I didn't. You said something about robot. Huh? My memory? What do you mean my memory? What's memory? What do you mean my memory? Hello? Okay. So back to what we were gonna do before. Is my YouTube gonna be signed in still? It is. Perfect. So, since most of you are here have probably either have already seen it or won't see it, my YouTube channel. Oh, by the way, this should always be accurate now. So this should always have my accurate sub count. Okay, so this thumbnail should always have my the view count of the video and how many subs in it automatically in the thumbnail. Is that cool? It should be automatic. Automatic. Okay. So, this is like a 2 minutes 10 video. Do I have any other video that's like comparable in length? Kind of. But something that's like equally interesting, I guess it would be like something like this. Or this. So on both of these videos, actually let me just double check really quickly on the body proportions. So let me double check the analytics. What's the retention time on it? Retention is... Okay. I have to verify that it's me. Okay. It doesn't matter anyway, because I'm going to show you. So the retention on this video, that's 60 seconds long. I didn't make it like a YouTube short. Is about average of 67. But the thing is, like, it drops down to 33%. And usually, on most of my videos, it drops down to 33% after a minute. Right? Apparently that's normal on YouTube. Apparently. So, hold on, let me pull up Discord. Because I know I posted the retention rate on my Discord with my moderators. On the last video, this video that I'm about to show you, so this video is basically double the length, and it has a 68%, so you're like, oh, it's about the same, but look at the retention graph. It stays basically at 60% or higher the entire time. And so you're like, what might be the difference? Well, in this one, this video is like pretty like traditionally edited. So it's just like me standing in one place, and I'm like, this is a couple camera angles and just me like just talking basically. So this video is the same in terms of how it was filmed. This video was filmed with just me just talking. That's it. In essence, the topic of how I recorded the body mocap video, I did it on stream by the way, is equally as bad as this one in terms of like how boring it is. But I'm just like, I just decided to try something new. I'm just like, what if I just like went crazy? And instead of just like, you know, slapping on some music and cutting out all my pauses and stutters, if I just like went full zoomer, and so that's what I did. So we're just gonna watch it quickly together. It's only 2 minutes, so like I can emphasize this point basically. I'm gonna turn my VPN off. This is irritating. I mean, the internet this slow. Oh! If you are thinking about getting full body how did my green screen break? Hello? Give me a sec. Oh, it must have broken it. Okay. Oh, it's fixed. Okay, there we go. I fixed it. tracking to improve your VTubing setup, here's something that you actually need to think about. How often are you going to get up and what kind of content are you doing? If you're doing like gaming content for the most part or just chatting content, can you accomplish the exact same thing that you do right now by sitting? Right now, I'm sitting. Do I need to have full body tracking? I'm gonna say the answer is no, you don't. Because the only time you need full body tracking is when you want to do something like this and get up and walk around. You're not going to be doing this while you're gaming, and most of the time you're not going to be doing it while you're chatting. So that's like the step number one. Step number two comes down to budgeting. What kind of budget that you want to do? So I always say whenever you're buying something new, you have to be thinking, for example, the idea of streaming and VTubing. If you quit VTubing and streaming next year, what are you going to do with this? That's why I always recommend for people that are looking into getting full body tracking is to get VR. What's really nice about VR, and when I'm talking about VR, I'm talking about like base station tracked VR. So like we're talking the Valve Index, the Pimax, the HTC. The nice thing about that is for whatever reason VTubing or streaming doesn't work out, hey, at least you got a great VR headset that you can enjoy VR games with. Whereas if you get a motion capture suit like what I have, I'll have a discount code if you want to get one in the description. You get 10% off. You get a motion capture suit. Yes, you get better motion capture overall, more natural movements. But the thing is that comes at a cost. Not only is it a financial cost, but also what purpose does a motion capture suit serve you if you stop streaming or VTubing? For example, let's look back at the VR analogy. If you end up not streaming or VTubing anymore in the future, you have a nice VR setup that you can use to play VR games. Now, if you have a motion capture suit and you stop VTubing or streaming, now you have a motion capture suit. What can you do with the motion capture suit? I'm going to say that most of you can't really do much with it. So I think that's a really important thing to think about when you're deciding to go to full body, are those three things to consider. So I've never edited a video that style before. All my videos that I edit are usually like, what's it called? Like traditional editing, where I'm just like, I'll just cut out my mistakes, slap on some music, and there we go. And this time I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna like, because I had this theory, right? That, because I've been noticing on a lot of larger YouTube channels, right? They're throwing in like they're basically like throwing a lot of crap at you all at once to try and like keep your attention. And it'd just be like stupid stuff like a Snapchat filter on someone's face, or like a zoom in unnecessarily, weird filters, or like green screen elements, or like text popping up here and there. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna throw in as much stuff as I can. And it's worked. It's worked. What's this? Why am I watching this? Character modeling? I know how to do modeling. But thank you. So yeah. Editing is more important than information and content, which makes sense. That makes sense. Why it's like that. I'm just like surprised how much of a difference it makes. It's like it for the like effectively it's like it's almost doubled the retention rate. And it's like not even better content. It just has more crap thrown into it. On the upside is that I did enjoy making it more, because I'm just like, the entire time as I'm editing that video, I'm just like, this is stupid. This is so stupid. This is hilarious because it's so stupid. And it worked. So, I guess I'm gonna be doing more of that. Memeify all the videos. Hi, Neko. Hi, Hotdog. So yeah, so today I'm not sure if I want to talk about, like, Unity versus Unreal. Because it's Developer Thursday, and I gotta tie it in somehow. Or if I want to do VirtualBox. Because how much do I want to play? I want to be... Wait, hold on. Do I still have the CD in? I think I do. I think I do. Oh, did I take it out? Oh, I took it out. Hold on. Let me go get it. Where are you? Where are you, CD? Give me a sec. Yeah. Yeah. CD? Wait, where did I put it? Is it here? Oh, it's here. Okay. Oh, it's so heavy. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. And AMD versus Nvidia? I mean, they're both basically the same right now. Okay. Boop. Maybe it will install this time. We're gonna find out. Wait, hold on. Let me just, like, clean up the disk a little bit. It could have smudges on it. Because, you know, CDs apparently have that issue. It's like a little bit of dust or a little smudge. So I'm pretty sure that this doesn't install. Because I don't think it's compatible. Come on. Detect old technology. Please detect. Oh, hey. I don't think it's gonna install. See, look. Even as the sound! But all it does is just do that. That's all it does. It, like, fails or something. Hold on. Maybe if I, like, run it as administrator? Do you think? Okay. Run as administrator. Okay, so I think this is... Oh. Is it installing? No, it's not. Okay. Properties. Compatibility. Run this in compatibility mode for Windows XP. Run program as administrator. Okay, maybe that'll make a difference. Yo, hello? Okay, are you gonna install? I see the little ring. Oh, it disappeared. I got this from a cereal box. From a cereal box. I have played it before. Do I need to, like, change this too? Run XP Service Pack 3. Run as administrator. Apply. Okay, let's try that. I don't even remember the cereal. We have the arrow with circle, and it vanished. It's not working. Like, what is this? JVI media? What is this? DAT file. Can I open this with, like... with 7-zip? No? Okay. Oh my gosh, is this just the game right here? Okay, let's find out. Oh, we're copying it at CD speeds. I wonder if it's like detecting our operating system and it doesn't know what to do with it, maybe? Ah. Okay. That's probably it. Okay, so what version of Windows are we on? This is probably the issue right here. But let's see if this works or not. Unable to use direct show? Okay. Hi, Chlor. What version of Windows are we on? Okay, let me check. What version of Windows NT is 11? So Windows 11 is... Isn't it like 6 or something? Isn't it like Windows NT6? Do any programmers know? Any programmers out there? What version of Windows is this? I think it's 6. I don't know. No, it's 10. It's 10, okay. So, could I just, like, copy paste this? And then... Oh, wait, how would I install this, though? Would I need to, like, turn it into an ISO? I don't know. I actually have no idea. Okay. Let's do this. Let's make a new folder. I'll call it Slum Fof Millionaire. We're gonna copy all this stuff. At a blistering CD-ROM speed. Going so fast! So, from XP 1 to Vista. What? I don't understand your bracketing system. Okay. So let's just try installing it from here and see what happens. Maybe. Hello? Maybe this just works how it is? It could be too old for compatibility, though. Right? Run this in compatibility mode for Windows XP Service Pack 2. Run as administrator, apply. Okay. And then in the setup directory, what's this? Oh. Here, millionaire? No? $11 is 6? Wait, did I get everything? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. I just copied the setup folder. Like a dummy. Hello? Computer? Did I make an account just to stretch FOFA? Huh? No, that's just their username? Oh. Oh, CDs. So slow. Hi, Crone. We're trying to play Millionaire. Have they ever made a Millionaire game, like, officially? Other than, like, for a cereal box? Because, like, I remember playing the cereal box one, and it was, like, pretty decent. This is pretty fast for a CD. There's a bunch including arcade gambling machine editions. So you're telling me that all current versions are going to be super cursed? Gotcha. Okay, we're no longer running on CD. Are you going to install? No. Okay. Show more options. Let's change this to compatibility. Windows XP Service Pack 2. It's already done! So it has to be in this DAT file. Okay, so you said we're on Windows 6, right? So what if I do this and I just change this to 6? Okay, you're not giving me the okay, I'm just gonna delete that because that's really big and that's not what I'm talking about. Close, but no cigar. Okay. You gonna work now? No. Okay, let's go back on OS. Oh, I have it open here. Okay. There's a Steam version with terrible reviews? Oh, okay. Files that launch during old setups makes it choke. Cannot open. I think the only way I can do this is by creating a virtual box with, gosh, can you even download Windows XP legally anymore? I think I have a Windows XP install CD somewhere. Hold on. Is this a nostalgic sound? CDs? I think I have a Windows XP install CD. So back in the day, there was like a fancy thing you could do with CDs, which is you could do something called slipstreaming, which means you can slipstream. That means when you can make an install CD that has the service pack and updates baked in and a serial key baked in. So that's what I did. But I don't know if I still have it. Oh my gosh! Okay. I forgot that I own Enter the Matrix. I have Enter the Matrix. Wait, okay, how much is this on Steam? Hold on, let me let me find out. Let me find out how much it is on Steam. Can you buy it even still? Enter the Matrix. You can't even buy it! Enter the Matrix game. I don't have the original box anymore. It's not expensive. It is very cheap. It's like 30 bucks. I don't have a version of Windows XP. And I don't want to like yar one. I have a version of Windows Vista, but I'm worried about if Windows Vista is too new. Do you know what I'm saying? It's possible that Windows Vista is just too new. And I don't want to go through all that effort just to like not have it work. Because it's too new. I think something I can show you though, which is pretty cool, is I have this game that I'm pretty sure will not run, but I can show you most of the game's content. If that makes sense. So I have a game that I found that is, it's a DOS CD-ROM game. Hi, Sniffles. It's a DOS CD-ROM game. Okay, let me try and open it. So I can show you most of the game by loading up the discs, but I'm fairly certain that I cannot play it, so I'm not even gonna try to play it. Yeah, so it has like all these movies on it.
Paradise City officials today were shocked to discover that 80 kilos of trixolite, a high...
That's not a video. It's not compatible. Wait, do I need VLC? I might need VLC. Look, this is from 1995. Okay, hold on. I need to download VLC. Yeah, I follow Iron Mouse. I don't see the issue with that. Is there a problem with that? Got a problem, Jarno? Okay. Oh!
Paradise
We got it!
City officials today were shocked to discover that 80 kilos of trixolite, a highly
Look at this
reactive
quality.
explosive compound, has been stolen from the Neo City waste site. The trixolite is said to be powerful enough to destroy much of the city with toxic effects for those within 100
1995.
miles. Paradise City Police are still on the manhunt for the fugitive Angel Devoid, who has been linked to the assassination
I've
of a
never
council
played this
member.
game before.
Anyone with information
Because
on
it wasn't
his
compatible with my
whereabouts is
computer when I
requested to
bought it.
contact the police department immediately. Researchers at the Fairdyne Corporation have verified reports that an experimental pack of cyber dogs was liberated by the members of the Actors for Animal Rights.
Is this a
Action Group.
spoiler?
Fairdyne scientists are issuing a general warning to all residents of Neo City to avoid the cyber dogs. This is Dana Taylor for.
And there's like so much. Oh, here's the intro. Oh, I've never seen this before. Well, look at these 1995 graphics!
Attention all units. Attention all units. Be on the lookout for Angel Devoid. He was last seen heading down city to the Neo City access zone. Positive identification of criminal Angel Devoid. Proceed with extreme caution, Detective Hard.
Detective Hard? My name is Detective Hard! Oh my gosh! Is that music? Hi, Koala. No, this is not lagging. This is playing. This is the frame rate that this was made in. This is a video file. Wait, what is intro 2?
Well, officer. Looks like you've had a little bit of an accident. Don't worry, though. I know Doctor fix you up real good. Make you look better than you ever looked before.
Whoa!
Mr. Hard?
Mr. Hard?
I'm Dr. Sylvanus, the head surgeon of reconstruction.
Mr. Hard.
Now, don't try to sit up. The, sedative...
Imagine your last name being Hard and your first name being Richard.
Your face was damaged very badly, Mr. Hard. Luckily, the medics who brought you in were
Right?
able to salvage a holographic ID from your ruined PIC. We weren't able to get in touch with any of your emergency contacts. And unless we start reconstruction immediately, there will be irreparable nerve damage and scarring. Do you understand what I've said to you? Nurse, increase the anesthesia and run an interface to the automated surgeon.
Yes, Doctor.
His face is in too many pieces for me to attempt unassisted reconstruction.
So my face is still in pieces?
Damage the fine nerves.
And they woke me up to tell me that my face is in pieces. So yeah, this entire game is just like a series of like cutscenes from what I've read, because I've never been able to play the game. Basically. And the thing is, like, I don't have I don't know where my Windows XP like my CD is. So I guess we're not playing Millionaire. We're not going to be installing VirtualBox with Windows XP today. Yeah, no Millionaire today. Do I follow a lot of people on Twitch? How do I see who I follow? Is there a way to do that? Isn't this normal? Isn't this what most people do? Don't most people follow like a poop ton of people? Isn't this normal? Isn't this what everyone does? Don't most people do stuff like this? I thought this was normal. I'm assuming most people follow lots of people. Oh wait, can I? Channels. I just assumed it was normal for people to follow lots of people. You follow 7 people? I follow more than are you? I thought I was like really stingy with who I followed. So you're saying that I follow most people? Are you serious? But the thing is, like, there's not a lot of people live at all times. So, like, what do you do on Twitch when you come online and there's no one online that you're following, right? Yeah, here's everyone that I follow. See, look. Are you telling me that this is not normal? Am I abnormal? So, here's... Okay, can I, like, be honest with you? This is pretty normal? Okay, great. Okay, here's the thing. I don't watch most of the people I follow because I don't have time to watch people live. I find live streams quite distracting because, like, if I'm working, since they're live, I'll be like, if they say something I'm interested in, I'm like, oh, I must say something, right? That's what happens every time. Versus if I were to just be watching a YouTube video, like, it's passive content, right? So, like, most of the people that I follow are people that, how do you say? I've either worked with, like, in some capacity. I like the kind of content that they make. They are doing something innovative. And yeah, that's the only reason. Like, those are reasons. I like the content that they make. They're doing something innovative, or I've worked with them previously. So, but the thing is, like, most of these people, like, I don't really know the kind of content that they make beyond, like, a 30 seconds. Basically. Beyond 30 seconds, I don't know. Because, like, even if I have, like, a high watch time with them, it's usually because, like, I just have the window open and I'm doing something else. But, like, I think that's normal for a lot of Twitch streamers. I don't think a lot of Twitch streamers watch other Twitch streamers actively. And just, like, think about it here, right? We have 50 people just hanging out right now. And, like, how many people are in chat? Like, 10. Because, like, most people are not active, is the best way to put it. Right? Hi, Rusian. I think this is an order of who I follow. Oh, there was someone that I saw in the list. Wonder how they're doing. They streamed 2 days ago. Are they still VTubing? They're not VTubing anymore. I wonder what happened to them. I'm so curious now. I'm gonna guess that their Twitter is gonna be safe for work. Hi, Instinct. Why is my avatar so high? High level? What do you mean? Because this is what I'm interested in doing? Come. Come. Do they just not, like, stream anymore? No, they still stream. I don't know. Weird. Weird, right? It's weird how people, like, disappear like that on Twitch. Like, with almost, like... Isn't that weird? Because, like, they were, like, pretty big at the time. They got their partnership from being on an esports team for Overwatch. But, like, they were pretty big at the time when they streamed other games. And then all of a sudden they just, like, stopped. Is that impressive? I can do something else. Watch this. Hello. Oh! Bell Pepper! Thank you for the raid! someone raids, it rains giant pickles. Hi everyone. Welcome to stream. I'm Fofamit. I'm a virtual content creator here on Twitch. I'm best known for YouTube tutorials, facial tracking, and making my own Unreal Engine application. If you want to learn how to do something related to VTubing, you check out my YouTube channel, or you can feel free to ask me questions here. We talk about a variety of things. And if you drop a follow, you get 300 channel points, and you can do some of this cursed crap. Spawn some wieners in. But, oh. Vel Pepper, how was your stream? What were you streaming? Oh my gosh. I missed the shout out. Where is the shout out?
Off to commit
Guess we're
war
gonna find
crimes
out
as a
soon.
chicken.
You're streaming
Crusade
art.
onwards, my brother, for I'm no chicken.
Oh my gosh.
But a wolf, shark, raptor, and toaster somehow.
Oh my gosh, is that your model? That's awesome. Hi everyone. Welcome. You were working in environments today. 2D environments or 3D environments? Like, both are nice, but, you know, obviously, I have a preference. You're building 3D stuff? Are you doing it for, like, your own project? Or are you doing it for, like, work? Or is it, like, a commission thing? Which... It's for your own project. You're sprucing up your own channel. Nice. Are you gonna be doing Unity, Unreal Engine, or something different? Because apparently there's some people out there. Oh, okay. So I made a post on Twitter, just be like, what do you think you would use? Would you use like a all-in-one software like VC Face, or would you use Unreal Engine or Unity? I know people are like, but Godot? I was expecting people to like, Godot though? Godot? But instead someone's like, Blender! And then I'm like, Blender? And they're like, yeah! See? And then they're like, they made their own VTubing software in Blender. So like, what are you gonna be making the 3D environment, like for what engine? What engine is the best way to put it? I guess I put it. Engine? Well, blend. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's, I think making a VTubing environment in Blender is cool, but I think no one's gonna do it. Like, you might do it. That one guy on Twitter did it. No one else is gonna do it. Video render based. Ah. I getcha. You know what you could do? You could cheat. Okay, so hear me out. So what you could do is have it be in a full 3D environment, but if you want to save on resources, have it like a video that's playing on a plane to make it look 3D by certain camera angles. I used to do that to save on resources when I was like running like a single computer. But you are curious. Well, if you've never worked with an engine before, so I've experienced using Unreal Engine and Unity. I flip-flop between the two before settling in Unreal Engine. I'm gonna say the easiest to get into, the most forgiving, and the easiest to get into, and the easiest to get started with is Unity. But if you ever want to do more advanced things, like with all the junk that I have going on right now, then it's Unreal Engine can't be beat, basically. Just the thing is, Unreal Engine takes a lot longer to get started. It's not as forgiving. If you make a mistake, it could cost you. Basically, here's the thing: in Unreal Engine, if you make a mistake, it's gonna basically put you at a roadblock, and you're not gonna know what to do. Like, and sometimes the error codes it spits out are like, error code 001, and you're like, look up error code 001. You're like, oh, this could mean 100 different things. Perfect. I love it. Awesome and great. But like with Unity, if you make a mistake, Unity be like, oh, I see you have an error. It's fine. We'll go with it. So obviously, like, when you're doing a lot of stuff, right? Like a lot of advanced stuff, if you have like really critical errors that Unity can just push through, you're obviously going to be losing out on some performance or features or whatever. Whereas generally Unreal Engine's like, nah, Unreal Engine's more picky. Hi, giraffes. So, and I guess two other things too is when you want to do more advanced stuff with Unity, so basically Unity is easy to start with, but hard to do more advanced stuff if you don't know how to do coding. So once you want to do more advanced stuff in Unity, Unity is just as capable as Unreal Engine, but the problem is the more advanced stuff that you want to do, the more you have to dive into C++. Sorry, C#. That's what Unity uses, C#. Whereas Unreal Engine, you don't need a lot of coding experience. You just, a lot of it's done in visual blueprinting, which is like, it's good enough. It's good enough. Yeah, it has the nodey thing. Exactly, yeah. And like, if you're doing something that's like really uncomplicated, like what I'm doing, it's like, it seems complicated, but like if you compare what I'm doing compared to I don't know, Gears of War, like a video game, like a full-fledged video game using Unreal Engine, like it's literally child's play. But to me, this is difficult, right? Because this is my like scale of difficulty. But like to a seasoned game developer, this is like child's play. You can bolt visual scripting. If you're using an older version, trust me, if you're using Unity for virtual production, you're gonna want to use high definition render pipeline. So say goodbye to that, basically. No, like, so for example, what I'm doing is not impressive. So think about it this way, right? You're like, oh, you have like this camera that follows you around that you can like put in one spot and then walk away from. You want to know how I do that? You want to know how I have a camera that does this, and like all this fancy stuff? Some of you might be thinking, oh dang, that must be some impressive code. It's a gimbal. I'm just using a gimbal. Like, an IRL gimbal. This is just a gimbal. I'm holding a physical object, see? Hello? So like my approach to Unreal Engine is to use Unreal Engine more like a camera than anything else. So I don't really view Unreal Engine like a game. It's basically my camera. And I have the ability to change the environment that my camera sees. And yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, why would I spend so much time like coding something? Because like, yeah, coding something like this or like doing something like this is not that difficult, right? You just make it so that like there's cameras attached to your avatar's hand through an actor, right? And then you make it so it has like a follow, and so it's not so like jittery. You make it so that it has like a bit of smoothing, right? But the reason I didn't do that is for one key reason. I wanted to be able to do this. I wanted to be able to put the camera down. I wanted to be able to move the camera like anywhere I wanted to. Oh, gimbal, please. So that I can just like set it in place and I don't have to worry about it. Basically. And that's it. That's the reason. Yeah. So I try to do as many things in hardware or outside Unreal Engine as I can. If that makes sense. I'm still debating whether or not to change this into a chair or keep it as a gamer subs tub. Because like the only reason I don't have it as a chair is because IRL it's not a chair. And I feel like if I have a chair, like the back, even though it's like it's fake, right? The back would like cover too much of the background. But like, is that me just being vain? There's a few streamers. So there's Woody, there's Riku, there's Code Miko, there's It's Violet, there's Boom. And Citizen Meta 1. Right? And like, here's the thing. In terms of like tracking quality, obviously number 1 is Citizen Meta 1. Then after that would be Code Miko. And then shortly behind it's Violet. And then after that is everyone else. Oh, those are the people who only do Unreal Engine stuff, by the way. There's also people like Suvidro, who does a lot of cool stuff, but in Unity. But at the same time, you know, they're like a Unity dev, whether they like it or not, and that's how I'm gonna classify them. Oh, I forgot about waifu. waifu is not part of Bishoujo, so I can talk about this a little bit. Okay. So waifu and Project Melody, obviously, like, they don't use Unreal Engine. This is, I'm on record. Okay, wait, I'm officially on record of speculating that they use Unity. Numbers of years ago. So, I speculate that they use Unity. To me, it's very obvious by looking at them they're using Unity. In terms of tracking, I would say, to my knowledge, they're not using Rococo because, well, I have a little bit of an in with Rococo. Being, you know, I'm pretty sure they're not using Rococo. Like, I can say with, like, an 8 out of 10, 80% accuracy, I would say they're not using Rococo. They're not using VR tracking because it doesn't look like VR tracking. Because VR tracking, like, at best can do 10 points. And 10-point VR tracking looks a little bit stiff. So if you look at Waifu Baby and Code Miko in terms of their movement, it looks like a motion capture suit. Like, you can see, like, there's, like, a little bit of nuance and subtleness to it, right? So, I'm gonna say my guess. So this is actually, I'm going back to the speculation round. So I'm guessing that they're either using perception neuron or X-Sense. I'm gonna say that they're probably not using X-Sense based on strictly because they started off small, right? And it'd be ridiculous for them to use X-Sense. But I could be wrong. They might be using X-Sense for all I know. It's either perception neuron or X-Sense. Now, when it comes down to facial tracking, I'm not sure if their facial tracking has updated since I last, like, checked in on them. But they're using, how do you call it? They're using, like, movie grade facial tracking. Because if you look, it's either they're using movie grade facial tracking that has, like, a camera strapped to their head, like what you see, and the camera's, like, wirelessly transmitting, and it's going into a capture source like it does in movies. That's my assumption. It's either that or they're using an iPhone like I am, and they just have their face poorly rigged with an iPhone. So I'm gonna guess, based on the quality of everything else, that it's not an iPhone, and they're probably using, like, a camera that's strapped to their head. That's my guess. Instinct, thank you for the sub. It, by speculation, it looks like Unity. If I actually know the answer, I cannot tell you the answer and why or why not that is the answer. So about face tracking and such things, are you using what's called VMC protocol? I used to use VMC protocol. I used to use it. I've actually made a video on virtual motion capture and also on how to get facial tracking working in this application called VC Face. And I also did a walkthrough on VC Face, exclamation mark, YouTube and chat, if you wanna, you know, check that out, help me out. But, I'm not using that anymore. And the only reason I'm not using it is because I'm in, oh, floor is creaky. The only reason I'm not using it now is because I'm in Unreal Engine. And Unreal Engine has their own native app. And that's it. That's the only reason. Have you managed to remove VSF iFacial mocap out of the equation? Yes, yes I have. So it's because I'm using, like I said, live link face. Hi, Lullaby. Considered using an audio suite? It's just the floor creaks. That's just like what happens with, even though this is like a newer place we're renting, by the way, even though this is a newer place, because of the way it's like, it's a more open concept house that we're renting, they tend to be a little bit more creaky, especially like these like quick built houses. I'm not too worried about that, just because, like, I mean, there's not a lot I can do to solve that. Because, like, if I tune it down a little bit too much, then I lose the ability. The only way I can do that is because I'm using a dynamic mic. I have to turn the settings like a little bit up so you can still hear me from all the way over here. Obviously a little bit more echoey than if I were to be standing right here and talking. Because I only have one mic. Yes, there are two different kinds of microphones out there. There are dynamic mics and there's condenser microphones. So I'm just gonna tell you, this floor creaking sound is gonna be significantly worse if I were to be using a condenser microphone. And I can't really use a lot of software that you might be thinking of, just due to the complexity of my setup. And you'll be like, oh, but this, then, no. Trust me, I cannot use it. I have everything set up so that I have one pair of headphones for multiple computers that I can monitor in real time. Low pass and high pass filters? Trust me, that's not gonna get that out. It's actually like, the sound is, oh. Hello? Motion capture suit? Oh, we're good. But yeah, if you currently use VC Face honestly is awesome. I think it's great. Now here's the thing. If you want to reduce the amount of applications that you have running, so if you're like a single computer user, right? And you don't want to have like VC Face open or virtual motion capture open, or both, and then have it send into like a VTubing application like in Unity, I'm just gonna tell you, you're not gonna have a good time, because in Unity they don't really have a built-in that's a lie. They don't have a built-in IK system that it's intuitive and fleshed out and easy to use. So like, yes, you can install the SteamVR plugin or package. Install the SteamVR package. You can get Final IK and buy that, which is like $70, I think, for Final IK. I own Final IK, by the way. So it's like SteamVR package, buy Final IK for like $70. Then I believe the best application to use the iPhone directly into Unity is called FaceCap app. It's $70 US on the App Store. I also own that. FaceCap app. And then you can get facial tracking in... So, Final IK, Steam VR plugin, plus... FaceCap app. Now, alternatively, you could have that completely solved if you have... So yeah, that's like, and you have to make your own IK setup basically using Final IK. Alternatively, you can just bring it, you can import an FBX or a VRM and then have it mapped to a motion capture suit like Rococo. Rococo doesn't use a lot of system power and you can use like a Rococo suit. That's something you could do as well. But if you want everything in engine and not using any external apps, then you would have to use Final IK Steam VR. And then that would be then after that, it's like, the thing is like, it's not even out of the box stuff, right? Final IK, you're like, oh yeah, it's a package that you buy. It must be like bing, bang, boom. No, it's not. It's kind of a nightmare to use. So, whereas Unreal Engine just has everything built in, like 100% built in. Like, you could do everything in Unreal Engine with, like, Vive trackers and Live Link Face and not have to pay anything at all, because, like, it's all built in engine. Thanks, Phil Pepper. Thanks for stopping in and sharing your community. Oh, the new free assets for the month. I have not. Let's do that right now. Let's do that right now. I haven't done that. Okay, the new assets. I wonder what's available for the month for free. Oh yeah, and also, by the way, speaking of assets, what's really nice is Unreal Engine also has a lot of free assets available. Which is nice, right? That's nice, right? You can get them on a regular basis. That's what we're about to do right now. Okay, let me open up Unreal Engine. Marketplace. Oh, there's been an update for Unreal Engine? 5.02? I'm on 5.01. I should probably update, shouldn't I? Oh yeah, I updated for the tutorial. Ah, I wonder what the difference is between 5. I wonder what the difference is. Anyways, free for the month. What is this? Construction site? Cool. Add to cart. This is normally $62. What's this? Move it. Multiplayer locomotion system, normally $313, free. Thank you. Can you get them without using Unreal? No. You need Unreal. Low poly Asian environment? Oh, I recognize this from a corridor. Someone submitted this for a corridor thing. Modular Temple Plaza? 4K? Sure. Honestly, like, this is a really good deal. What the heck? Victorian train station. Sure. Like, this is such a good deal. What is this? Okay, let's see. Dunt. Licenses are well, I mean, they're They're made for the engine. Do you know what I mean? So, like, think about it this way, right? Imagine Unreal Engine is like a square hole, and Unity is like a circular hole. Now so what you do is you get this free plugin, and it's a square that's designed to fit into a square hole. Now, could you get this working in Unity? Maybe. But not only are you changing coding languages, but you're also changing engines. So it's literally like you would have to like shave down and like ram in the square to fit in the circular hole. And it's just like, why? Why would you do that? It'd probably just be easier for you to like code it from scratch. Okay, I'm gonna get these. These are a really good deal. Look, normally $564, $0. So good. Multiplayer, eh? And then when you place your order, it's just basically just like, oh, like this. And you just place order, see? And you even get an official receipt for it. Not that that really matters. I think I might have just opened up VC Face. I hope not. Great. Simple. Yeah, you could rip out the models, but then you'd have to set up the materials again. Correct. Correct. You could do that. So, like, there is Unreal Engine does have a way you can, like, export FBXs and textures. It's just, like, trust me, as someone who has done that, it's not worth it in terms of the amount of extra time it takes. It's just better to get something from the Unity Asset Store instead. Or, like, CG Trader. It's all machine code? Well, I mean... just because it's like that doesn't mean anything, right? Oh, it doesn't fit because it's too long. I'm not gonna type out the rest. But yeah, that's basically what machine code is. Oh, like, that's basically what machine code. It'll fix itself. That's basically what machine code is, right? It's just ones and zeros. That's why, like, quantum computing is, like, so revolutionary, right? It's because with quantum computing, it gives you more than just ones and zeros. It gives you basically ones, zeros, and superpositions. Right? Oh, if you guys don't know who this is, by the way, this person, oh, this is Domo. They are a streamer that VTubers like to bully. But yeah. So, like, yes, in theory, you could get the plugin to work, but, like, why? That's the real question. Why? It's like, yes, in theory, you could take a PlayStation 5 game, take it out, and then put it in your computer, do some voodoo magic on it, and then make it work in an Xbox One. You could do that, but why? Right? Why? Why would you do that? That's like a question that basically, as Instinct mentioned, that I've talked about before, is time, effort, cost. But I think a key factor you also need to think about in there too is like self-enrichment / hobby. So like, for example, the amount of time that I put into like teaching myself all this garbage, definitely not worth it. Definitely not. But I enjoyed it, and that's why I did it, basically. Also, Instinct, your color is not enforced, which means you're operating on default color, because on here, you're purple. Are you purple over here too? You are purple over there. But then over here, you're blue. You're blue here, but you're purple there. Why? Why is that? Oh, hi, Tomo. Oh, I'm holding... Tomo doesn't like it when people hold sticks, because our dog's a rescue. And we're guessing that he was beaten with a stick. Let me get Tomo. I'll be right back. Tomo! Tomo! Tomo, come here.
Good boy.
Hi, Tomo.
Good boy.
Sorry, that was our dog.
Down. Boy. There you go.
Oh, you can't see Tomo even if I do this. My dog is right here. Hello. Hi, Tomo.
Stay.
Track Tomo when? I still have to do that, don't I? Okay, bye, Tomo.
Oh, what about this one?
The cat. Oh, bring the cat near the microphone.
Hi, little baby kitty. Hi, baby kitty.
Okay, bye, Dubu. She's not gonna stay. Don't make her jump off that. Let her go. Let her go. Let her go. Bye, Dubu.
See, fine. Slowly sauntering away.
Bye, Dubu. I actually need to do track dog. It's the reason why I haven't done a subathon is because I haven't fulfilled the goals of my last subathon, and I still need to do them. So like I've told myself I will not do a subathon until I fulfill all of my previous subathon goals. But it wouldn't be that hard, because I do have I have 3 trackers like right there that are set up for like VR chat. But I could use one of those. But I also just have like an extra tracker like sitting right here. It's not doing anything. So I could use this. Your troll vid is holding you. Oh yeah, I still need to do that, don't I? I did. That's why I did the Twitter poll. I did the Twitter poll for that reason, so I could talk about that. And then I got busy. And then I forgot about it. Oops. Oopsie doodle. Stuff like that happens though, I guess. Well, I mean, everyone wanted to do that, right? I have to do a video about peeing in the shower. But like, it was only specified that as the topic, so it's obviously like, I don't have to like pee in the shower, but I need to make that a video topic. So I just gotta script it out. I can just do that right now. Could we just film it right now? We could film it right now. Yeah. 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 Let me pull up. I'm gonna film it right now. That's gonna be my very next video. I'm just gonna do it. I don't have a script for it. There's been 84 public responses. Okay, we're just gonna record it now. Yes. Hi, wall guys. Can I do it standing? Ouch. Hi, Duck. Thanks for the raid. We're about to film a cursed video. Boop, boop. About peeing in the shower. That's what we're gonna be doing. Isn't that great? It has more toggles and tracking on feature? Huh? It's got more toggles? Can you show me later? Or you can DM it to me on Twitter. That might be the best place. Okay. Hold on. Do I need to bump this camera up a little bit? I'm gonna bump this camera up a little bit. Give me a sec. I think in order for me to do that, I need to pause this. Find the camera. Camera. We're gonna move this up, like, up here, and that should be good. Right? Is that enough to... Yeah. Okay, we're gonna film a video about peeing in the shower. Isn't that great? Isn't that amazing? Isn't that so good? Okay, Vel Pepper, have a good sleep. I'm gonna hit the record button. Thanks again for popping in. So I have to do this video for a subathon, and it was made at a... Oh, wait. So I made the mistake... Oh, God. Okay, wait. So I made the mistake of making a goal for one of my subathons on Twitch where I let chat pick the video topic. And the video topic was peeing in the shower. And I've been holding off for this as long as I could, and the day has finally come where I have to do that. So, instead, we're going to be talking about... So, how I'm going to be doing this video is I did a questionnaire for VTubers and VTuber... I did a questionnaire where I posted it on my Twitter account where I asked VTubers and VTuber watchers hygiene questions. And today, we're going to go over those results. And we got a response from about 84 people. I'm not going to show the graph. I'm sorry. We'll go over together afterwards. So let's get going. The first question, it starts off pretty tame. And the answers are not what I expected. Oh, it changed my hair color to purple? Do you wash your hands after being in a public place? Now, you would think that a lot of people would, given at the time that this was made was during the pandemic, and 81% of people said yes. That means 19% of people out there do not wash their hands after being in a public place. You know, that's understandable. You know, after you go outside and touch all the doorknobs and all the surfaces, and then you just come home and just, you know, touch the food and get it all over the place. Sure. And here's a question that I honestly thought would be a unanimous 100%, because, like, people were able to submit these anonymously. Do you wash your hands after going to the bathroom? 96.4% say yes. That means there's a small portion of the people out there who don't wash their hands after going to the bathroom. I'm sorry, if you don't wash your hands after going to the bathroom, you're an animal. An animal! So the next question after that, it's kind of like a gradual progression into despair. This is what this says. A gradual progression into despair. Does the towel to dry your hands after washing them need to be changed? So basically what I'm asking here is, you know that towel that you use to dry your hands with after you wash your hands? Do you need to change that ever? You know, and I also thought, you know what? You know, that's pretty obvious. Everyone's like, oh, that's a given, right? That's a given. Every time there's laundry day, you take that towel and you wash it with the rest of your laundry. Like a human being. 56% of the people who answered this questionnaire said yes. 44%, half of the people who answered this question said no, which means that there's half of the people out there don't wash their hands, don't change the towel ever. Why? It's not clean. It's not clean. It's not clean. Your hands still have bacteria and oil on them, and to top it off too, right? If you have a guest over, because apparently not everyone washes their hands, and I'm guessing because of that, not everyone washes their hands properly, so they have garbage all over their hands, right? Because some people just rinse their hands with water and then touch the towel. So imagine, right? You go to the bathroom, you do your number 2, then you got number 2 all over your hands. You just rinse it with water and go like this and spread the number 2 all over the rest of your hands, and then they touch your towel, right? Now you have a number 2 towel. It needs to be washed on a regular basis. Think about it this way. After you wash your hands and you touch glass or something that's a glossy surface, do your fingerprints show there? What are your fingerprints from? They're from your finger oils, which means your hands aren't always 100% clean no matter how well you wash them. That towel needs to be changed on a regular basis. Next question. Similar question. Does the towel that you use to dry your body after taking a shower need to be washed regularly? Surprisingly, 90% of the people here, the same people who asked the same question, that answered the same question from before, says yes. Yes, it does need to be changed. There's a disgusting 10% of you who say no. Why? I'm gonna guess that all of you are not like good at washing your entire body. Obviously, like there's places where you can't reach. There's some people that I know for a fact that just stand in the shower and let the water hit their body. And they think that the shampoo residue from washing their hair is enough to clean the rest of their body as it rinses down. No, it's not. You need to wash your body properly. And even if you do a really, really good job washing your body, it's never 100%. Obviously, just like the hand towel, your drying towel for your body needs to be changed as well. And here's the crucial question. The question that is all about the video. Why I have to make this video. Do you pee in the shower? 58% of people said yes. 58% said yes. That means like 60% of you are disgusting. Why is my hair not turning yellow? I don't know why. Give me a second. Let me do something. I might have broken something. I'll just have to edit this out. There you go. 60% of you do it in the shower. Now, here's the thing. Pee is not sterile. Pee has bacteria in it. Is it harmful bacteria? No. But peeing in the shower is disgusting. And here's the thing. If you're the kind of person, I'm gonna make this like bold. I'm gonna make this bold statement. If you're the kind of person who pees in the shower, you're probably not the kind of person who cleans the bathroom properly. And what happens to anything that you leave out for long enough or don't clean well enough? It gets dirty. I've seen some pretty disgusting showers. And now just imagine like how scummy and gross and grimy your shower gets, like just from showering in it. Now add in the fact that you're putting human waste into the shower as well. It's just like, to me, it's like a no-brainer. Don't pee in the shower. You're in the bathroom. There's a toilet right there. Go in the toilet. Hi, Jade. So then here's the next question. Do you think peeing in the shower is gross? 69% of you, nice, say no. No. You say no. Why? Why? It's gross. It's disgusting. Stop it. If I found out whoever I was dating peed in the shower, I'll just break up with them. I wouldn't even say anything. I'll just break up with them. Done. Relationship over. They're the kind of troglodyte degenerate to pee in the shower? No, thank you. No, thank you. So here's another thing that I thought, you know what, I might as well just ask a bunch of other questions. Just to like, see what other answers are out there. Just to see. So I asked, how many times a week should you change your underwear? 7 days in a week, right? How many times a week should you change your underwear? So, thankfully, I had the question of 7 or more than 7, depending. And that's more than 7 is 31%, and then 7 is 37%. Great. That means, 68% of you out there change your underwear, at least once a day. At least once a day. Perfect. Great. Spectacular. Then, here's where we start to fall in the madness. 3% of you say 6 times a week. 7% of you say 5 times a week. 7% of you say 6 times a week. Thankfully, 2.4% of you say once a week. If you are in that 2.4% of people who change their underwear once a week, get some help. Stop it. That's disgusting. The worst. 1.2% of you say twice a week. And then for some reason, a baffling 10.7% of you say 3 times a week.
I don't know why they say 3 times.
Why do they say 3 times a week?
So somebody said, what if I don't have more than 3 pairs of underwear?
Then you wash your underwear.
I can't afford to wash my.
They can't afford to wash their underwear.
That's what somebody said to me. Afford to wash their underwear. Should start having an underwear.
You can buy underwear for like pennies. Just don't wear underwear.
Go commando?
Going commando is better than wearing the same pair of underwear. Go commando. Right? I feel a little bad now for being roasting, but at the same time, just go commando.
Whoever pees in the shower is disgusting.
Okay, next question. If you're in a public bathroom, you do your business in the stall, then you walk up to the sink, and there is no soap. What do you do? This is a situation I'm sure many of us have found ourselves in, and hopefully, if you have never been in this situation, I hope that you're never in this situation. But there's some countries like Korea where it's very uncommon before COVID, right? Where you could find soap in the bathroom. So 51% of you said, wash your hands with water but no soap. You want to know how many times I've done this? Once. I've done this once. And then the first thing I did was I went out and I bought hand sanitizer. And I sanitized my hands. 35% of you said, not a problem, since you have backup soap / sanitizer in your bag, pocket, or purse. That's me now. Whenever I go out, backup sanitizer or soap. %10 of you say rinse your hands without soap. So actually, that's like, if you compare wash your hands with water but no soap, rinse your hands with water, that's about the same. So it's about 60% of you would just do nothing, would just wet your hands, wet your hands and spread the business around. And then about 2% of you will just walk out and do nothing. This, you go, oh, there's no soap. I'm gonna guess that the people that would walk out and do nothing are the same people that would just are probably the same people that pee in the shower. Put it in your pocket. How long do you wash your hands with soap? Once again, I thought this would be, a given. Like, 10 steamboats, right? 1 steamboat, 2 steamboat. Let's wash our hands, everybody. 1 steamboat, 2 steamboat, 3 steamboat, 4 steamboat, 5 steamboat, 6 steamboat, 7 steamboat, 8 steamboat, 9 steamboat, 10 steamboat. Boom, your hands are clean. So I asked, how long should you wash your hands? And I thought it would make sense that everyone would do it for 10 seconds. Surprisingly, 48% of you say you'll wash it for 20 seconds. 31% of you will say 15 per seconds. 17.9% of you will say 10 seconds. So the majority of you will wash your hands properly. And then the rest of you, 2.4%, will say 5 seconds. But here's the thing that I find really strange. Actually, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because most of you do wash your hands anyway. And how long... So here's the last question of this. This was not a required answer, but I asked, please tell me which of these questions would be a deal breaker in a relationship if they refuse to change their ways or habits. So, for example, me, deal breaker, pretty much most of these questions. If you don't wash your hands regularly, you don't wash your hands with soap, you don't change your towels, you don't change your underwear, you pee in the shower. Those are all deal breakers for me. And I'm gonna guess most people too. But most people said 57 people said if they don't wash their hands after they go to the bathroom, deal breaker. If they don't regularly wash their towels, 32 of you said deal breaker. 15 people out of the 84 polled said that peeing in the shower was a deal breaker. That's not a lot. 38 people, so about half, said that if they don't change their underwear at least daily, that's a deal breaker. And then if they don't wash their hands properly, 34% of you say deal breaker. I just don't understand why so many people pee in the shower. Why is this such a consistent thing? Why? I hope I never have to do a video like this again. Thank you to my patrons on Patreon. There. We did it. We did it. We filmed the video. Okay, I'll show you the results. Stream. Thank you for hanging out. Well, I filmed. Hopefully that was fun. So, washing your hands in a public place. Washing your hands after going to the bathroom. Does towel changing after washing your hands. Body towel needs to be washed. Pee in the shower. So disappointed. Do you think peeing in the shower is gross? How many times do you change your underwear? Washing your hands when there's no soap, what do? This should only happen to you once. Once in your life, ever, once. After that, you should always have backup soap and or sanitizer, always. How long? Pretty good. At least most people know. And then the deal breaker question. Yeah, I made it a Google form. That's what I did. That's how I did it. That's how they did it. That's how I did it. Google form. Sometimes they'll throw out questionnaires. I think right now, I have another poll happening, but it's not as of a exciting, spicy poll. But the poll that I have going on right now is this on my Twitter. This one's not a Google form. This one's on my Twitter, where it's like Unreal Engine, Unity, AIO, like PC face. What do you prefer? So if you want to vote on that, it's gonna be a future video where I'm gonna somehow talk about it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that one on stream though. We'll see. Do you really have to go on Twitter? I mean, yes. How else would you vote? I do a variety of things on different platforms. So like sometimes I'll have things open to all platforms. Sometimes I'll do things on 2 different platforms. So right now I believe that poll is also active on my YouTube community page as well. And sometimes I'll do specific things for a specific platform that I just won't do elsewhere. Just because like sometimes some things will, like a poll like that I want ongoing and long. That's what she said. I don't want it to be on Twitch only because like I'm pulling such a small audience, right? Versus like on Twitter, it's gonna be up there for like a week, so it's hitting a much wider audience. Especially like not everyone on Twitter watches me on Twitch, right? So like already there's like 152 votes. Anything with the fire animation? I haven't done anything yet. I've just been too busy. I wish I wasn't busy. It's kind of like that weird stage, right? In order for me to grow, I need to work harder. Or I can get a video editor, but I can't afford a video editor unless I grow. So I just, there's like that stage that most content creators go into where they shut themselves in, recluse themselves from humanity, and are never seen again for 2 years. Basically. So it's like, I don't know. Being a content creator is like not as easy. Like, do you know what I mean? I would say like the easiest part of content creation is streaming. Because as long as you have like a vague idea of what you're gonna be doing ahead of time, you're good. And like as we've seen from some of the top streamers out there, the only thing you really need to do is just queue up some YouTube videos and then just wiggle your eyebrows at periodic times and pause the video, and that's good enough to like fill the void and stream to thousands of people. So I honestly think that like of all content creation, streaming is probably one of the easiest out of the rest of them. It does require a certain skill though, which is like being able to talk and be interesting and interact with chat. But the thing is, like, you're never really gonna get those opportunities unless you're grinding on other platforms. Because like right now, if you start streaming and you're not known on other platforms, and you start streaming to one person, that one person being yourself, you're gonna have a really bad time. It doesn't matter who you are, right? Like, I bet you if Will Smith or, I don't know, let's say Sean Combs or Brad Pitt were to like make a random account like Brad Pitt 69 on Twitch and start streaming without telling anyone, for the first like probably month, he's probably gonna be under 50 views. Because even the people that happen to stumble across their stream are literally going to be people that are like searching out small streamers on purpose. And then they're probably just going to think they're deep faking it the entire time. And do you know what I mean? Until like they call out on their main platform that's like, that's what they're doing. No one's going to believe it. And they'll probably never grow. In my thought process, with the fire, I just haven't thought about how to do the redeem, basically. Like, I don't know, because like I don't want to get stuck in this bubble or thought process where I'm always stuck tinkering on my setup versus other things. Because that just takes so much time out of your day to just like to do something like that, right? Where you're just like tinkering. So like for example, yesterday I was trying to solve my VRAM issues by cooking and packaging. 3 hours later, no results. All I ended up doing was just wasted 3 hours. I wasted 3 hours of my time to show nothing. And like, that's what it is sometimes when it comes to this kind of stuff, right? Yeah. So like right now, I'm just not gonna bother tinkering with it anymore. I'm gonna try to push it out of my mind and just deal with the high VRAM usage. And just next time I get a new graphics card, I'm just gonna buy a graphics card when I upgrade. I don't know when I'm gonna upgrade. But when I do, I'll just get one with more VRAM. Because right now, 8 gigabytes is just, like, not enough. Because I'm too dumb to get it down from, like, 7.8. What GPU do I have? I have the 2070 Super. So, like, right now, the GPU that I'm eyeing is, I believe, just the vanilla 3080. Not the TI. Not the 3090, just the 3080 because it has 10 gigabytes of VRAM. And I'm just like, those extra 2 gigabytes might come in handy. And like, obviously, like if I had the choice, I'd be like, oh yeah, 1390, ooh, but it's like over 2 grand. So 3080 is what I'm eyeing. GPUs are expensive still. Like, even though, yes, the price has gone down, they're still quite pricey. Yeah, see, I got my GPU before the supply issue. So, I bought my GPU for 550 Canadian rubles. So, like, a really good price. And the entire time I was just thinking, I could have sold it, and then, like, right now I could buy, like, a 3080, but then I would have been without a graphics card for, like, a whole year. Right? I remember when the 3090 first came out, and I saw it available for, like, $1,000. It's like, no one's gonna buy that. That's so expensive. Why would anyone pay that much money? And now it's, like, 2.5K. Yeah, so I don't know when I get a new graphics card. The only thing I could say is, like, at least my GPU temperature is not high. It's just, like, I just have a lot of VRAM usage. My actual GPU usage is, like, 50% right now. About that. Oh, yeah, I had the 5800X shortly after it came out, because I upgraded from a 2600X, and at the time, I was having CPU usage issues, and, you know, rather than try to wrap my brain around figuring out how to make my application more efficient in Unity, I just went, no CPU time, because at the time I worked as a teacher, so I had like basically at the time, most of the time when I was streaming in Korea, all of my Twitch money was viewed as like fun money. Basically, anything I made, I'm just like, oh, I'll put it into stream, right? It'll just go into stream, and everything's honky-dory because I have a job, like a teaching job, and you know, I can use that to pay the bills, right? And then I quit teaching to do this full time. So now all of my Twitch money is no longer, I get to use this as fun money to buy things for stream. I can't do that anymore. Cause like every time now when I'm like, okay, I want a new graphics card. Is it a nice to have or is it a need to have? And like right now it's very much a nice to have thing. And it's like such a large purchase, right? That it's like, I could, it's like graphics card, rent. Graphics card, rent. Hard drives. Hey, if you're looking for a really good SSD for a decent price, look up the Crucial M series. The Crucial M series. So like the Crucial M500, 500 gigabyte, 1 terabyte. You can get those for a really good deal. And it's made by a really good and reputable company. You can get like a 1 terabyte for like 150 bucks. So they're not NVMe, they're not PCI, they're just regular old SATA. But I mean, like, they're fast enough. And I will say, as someone who went from hard drives to hybrid, so I had, what was it? It was a Sennheiser Momentus XT, which had it had a built, so it was a 500 gigabyte hard drive with a 8 gigabyte SSD cache. And it was a little bit of an improvement, right? But I'll tell you, going from hard drive to that, small improvement. Going from that to SSD, like mid-tier SSD, game changing. Like, game changing. Everything just like loads. Like, it's not gonna give you, it's to be clear, a hard drive is not gonna give you, an SSD is not gonna give you more FPS. Right, it's not gonna make everything run faster. It's just gonna make things open faster. It's gonna make things load faster. So like, it's definitely a 100% a quality of life improvement that just saves you time. So the way I like to think about it, right, is think about like a common application that you open on a regular basis. Now imagine it takes you like a minute to open versus in an SSD, it takes like 10 seconds to open. So each time you open this application, imagine you open this application every day, right? So every day it's costing you 50 seconds compared to an SSD. So then let's see, 5 times 7, that's 35, 350 seconds. So 350 seconds, I'm gonna get the calculator out. Calculator. So 350 seconds is 5.8 minutes, and then you times that by a whole year, and you just lost 303 minutes. How many is that? Divided by 60. So you lose 5 hours. 5 hours a year, and you're like, oh, 5 hours a year is not that bad. Now think about that now, right? Every application that you open is slower. Windows restarting is slower. When you're playing a game, loading between different areas is slower. Everything you do is just a little bit slower. So it's just think about it like in terms of time saved. Do you need to get like a Samsung Evo 970 Pro? No, you don't need to get one of those. Do you need to get one of those NVMe like Sabrent 8 terabyte drives? No. Just get a Crucial M500. It's good enough. Crucial is one of those companies that makes their own memory, like Samsung. Pretty good stuff. Once again, I think of it like time saving. It just saves you time. That's all it does. Yeah. When computers didn't have that much memory, I remember that. Remember when people were like, 20 gigabyte hard drive? Oh my god, that's so much space! Think of all the text files and documents I can store! Meanwhile, you can buy, Mad Haha got me this. You can buy USB flash drives that are like 256 gigabytes that are like lightning quick. It's so fast. I can transfer files between computer to computer like that with that, because on my stream PC and my main PC, they both have SSDs on them. Yeah, it does. Having everything just load quick is so nice. Not sponsored by Thunderbolt? My main PC doesn't have Thunderbolt. My main PC just has like, I think its fastest interface, other than, you know, PCI, is USB 3.2, I think. And then, you know, my stream PC has Thunderbolt. When did I decide to have a second? I have three. I have three computers. I stream with three. So why? Stream computer, because if anything happens to main computer, stream stays alive. And it offloads a lot of the work from the other computers, and it's more power efficient. So let me give you an example. Right now, my OBS on my stream computer. So right now, my stream computer is using 12% of my stream computer's resources, and it's probably consuming, I don't know, 10 watts? 10 watts? My stream computer is pulling 10 watts from the wall to stream 1080p 60 frames a second. Is that insane? 10 watts. And then, whereas the same identical OBS setup, the same identical one, will use about 30% of CPU and like 10% of GPU. Or if you use NVENC, actually if you don't use NVENC, it'll be like 40% CPU. It's ridiculous. So it was to offload that. And then the third computer is for gaming. So I can game. So VTubing computer, streaming computer, gaming computer. See, I have the feeling that every time I mention this, right? My stream computer is a Mac Mini M1 8GB. The cheapest Mac M1 you can find. And it works great. Honestly, I don't see why more people aren't using it for a streaming computer, because it's awesome. It does a good job. Exactly. I knew you would say ew. I knew it. Instinct, I knew you would say that. I knew it. I knew it. You're like, ew, Apple. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Apple's not bad. You're like, ugh, but Apple's expensive. Apple is like, the only thing that's bad about Apple is sometimes they over-engineer things, which causes things to be more expensive. Right? And then 2, their right to repair is not very good. But when it comes down to consumer privacy, they're excellent. When it comes down to the quality of their products, it is excellent, because that's generally what you're paying for. And number 3, companies don't give a shit about you. So why do people like make like fandoms of like, I'm a Microsoft stan. I stand for Linux. Or I like Apple. Here's the thing. What are you gonna repair in a Mac Mini M1? What? What is there to repair? Secondly, the Mac Mini M1 is so overbuilt. I don't see it dying anytime soon. Think about it this way, right? I'm only using 12% of its computer resources on an M1, which is a 45 watt SoC. It's a 45 watt SoC. It comes with a cooler that has the cooling potential for a 140 watt SoC. So it has more than like, it has like triple the cooling capacity. Triple the cooling capacity. And it has a good power supply too, built in. Right? And like, what is there to repair on it? What am I going to repair on an M1 Mac Mini? What? Right? And you're like, oh, but it's Apple, so it must be expensive. Please find me a streaming computer that is just as capable, same price or less expensive, and doesn't pull as much power. Find one. And the answer is Steam Deck. That's it. That's the only thing right now. Steam Deck. But good luck getting a Steam Deck. Right? Good luck getting a Steam Deck. Actually, I actually ended up, so I got a reservation for a Steam Deck. Like, I was like one of the mouse clickers, the F5. I was jamming F5 and I was like, reserve. I gotta reserve it. And I ended up in Q2. So I recently just had my reservation come up and I canceled it. Because at the time, I didn't have a streaming computer. I was a single PC person. I was like, Steam Deck would be a really good stream PC. And then time went on, and I needed a stream PC. So that's why I got the M1. Basically. And then now it came up, I just couldn't justify buying it. Because 1, I don't need it. 2, I just can't imagine myself using it beyond a streaming computer. So I canceled my reservation. Your PC costs 800? 800 pounds, which means you're in the United Kingdom. Apple, UK. Mac. Mac Mini. Buy. Get wrecked. 700 pounds. Cheaper. It's cheaper. And it pulls less power. Well, you're not really wrecked. Because, like, I mean, only if you're, like, in the market for a low-power streaming computer. Sonic Wolf, thank you for the resub! Thank you! Because here's the thing. It's like, because of how little power the Mac Mini is pulling. So, this is the way I see it, right? My main computer was maxing out the power usage. It was like pulling the full 600 watts when I was doing VTubing and streaming on it with Unreal Engine. It was maxing out the 600 watts. Now, my entire setup is pulling just the computers, the two computers, they're pulling about, I want to say, I can only guess because like I have a bunch of other stuff plugged into it. So I'll probably say 400 to 500 watts. So I'm saving money because I'm using less power now when I'm streaming. Think about it. I went from using a 5800X, maxing it out, and having a 2070 Super, maxing that out, to having them both running at 50% now. And it's being replaced with 11% usage on a 45 watt SoC. So it's pretty good. Here's the thing, like, what else can I can't advocate for any other use of the Mac M1 because like I don't use it for anything else. So it's good for a streaming box, basically. I don't know what, like, I know it can do so much more. It can do video editing, Final Cut, blah 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 blah. I don't care about that. Cause like I just use it for OBS. That's it. It's probably good for music creation. Probably. Like, it was using like around 40-50% before when I was running it directly off the CPU. And then I switched it to using the dedicated Apple video encoder. And it just dropped from like 50-60% to 12%. It's actually, I'm rounding up when I say 12%. It's only using like 11.5%. See, the thing about Linux is Linux right now is too segmented. It's too segmented and not user-friendly. That's it. And until the day comes where you can install Linux and give it to your technologically illiterate friends and grandparents and never have to troubleshoot or tech support for them, is the day that Linux will take over. Until then, Linux is going to be a niche. What do you mean Linux was never meant to be user-friendly? That's what, like, specific builds of Linux are built around. Linux... Oh, okay, sorry, you're triggering me a little when it comes to that. Cause like it's giving me like Vietnam flashbacks of people being like, well, you shouldn't even be using Linux to begin with, you troglodyte. Like on the forums, or obviously you should have done it this way, you dum-dum. It's like, oh, you should be using this kernel build of Linux instead, you idiot. Because like that's what a lot of like of the Linux community is like online. They're like all high and mighty because they're using Linux, and how dare you besmirk the good name of their version of Linux. And that's the reason why I think Apple is doing so well. Just because, like, if you want to give an internet connected device to someone who's technologically illiterate and or old, you just give them an iPad and they're good to go. Whereas like if you give them an Android tablet, if you give them a PC, So, and then like on top of that, let's talk about phones, since that was brought up too, right? Phones. What is the most important feature on a phone for me? Number one most important feature on a phone? Privacy. Privacy. Privacy number one. Number two most important feature, camera. Number three, apps. And I'm gonna tell you, because of my number one, Android phones are like out of the mix now. So I still have an Android phone that I daily drive. It's a Galaxy S8 Plus. That is gonna be my last Android device. Because like, it's insane. Like when you start viewing phones from a privacy perspective, right? And you compare Android to iPhone, the difference is so stark. Like I couldn't believe it. And like and don't like this whole right to repair stuff, right? Like don't like yes, iPhones are terrible to repair, but here's the thing. The latest Galaxy phone, the latest Sony phone, they're not that easy to repair. So, I mean, like, all modern smartphones are not easy to repair. All modern smartphones, if you open them, you're gonna avoid your warranty. So, like, yes, they're as equally as bad, except for Apple does a thing where they're like, is this an approved screen? Because they have, like, a chip in it to tell you if it's an approved screen or not. I think that's dumb. But, like, I tend not to break my screen anyway. Fingers crossed. What do I mean? Privacy. Privacy focused. So here's the thing. You know when you download an app from the App Store, from the Google Play Store, right? And it asks for permissions and you say no? Did you know that it could just access those things anyway? If it really wanted to? And there's no way you would actually know? Did you know that? There's no way that you could figure it out. You're like, yes. But you said no. It's gonna do it anyway. Whereas, on iPhone device, right? You say no, and if an app tries to do it anyway, the iPhone's gonna be like, yo, something's accessing your GPS. Is that okay? Yo, this thing that you said you don't want it to access your GPS, it's accessing it. You should, just letting you know, you should do something about this. Or like you go into your, if you just ignore that, right? And you go into your phone, it's like calculator. It's like super calculator has used your GPS, microphone, camera, and contacts this percentage this week. And you're like, oh. So like that's the thing. It's like, I wish there was like No. I wish Android was more privacy focused. Just because I like the flexibility of buying whatever phone I want. But instead, you just have to get an iPhone with Apple. Jarno, you should look at what TikTok uses and what TikTok examines. Did you know that TikTok, the TikTok phone app, has the ability to remotely download, unzip, and execute a package? Did you know that? Without your approval. Isn't that insane? I think that's insane. Isn't that crazy? And the only reason we know about that is because TikTok is such a huge app, and there was a huge hubbub about it because, you know, America was like, TikTok is China and China is bad. Trump. America. So that's like what happened. There's like, that's the reason people looked into it. Well, like, think about it, right? There's probably like a bunch of other apps out there that are just doing that without you even realizing. Because the thing is, right? What's more valuable than money right now? Data. Data is more valuable. But here's the thing. If it can access your microphone, your camera, your location, right? There's so much stuff they can do. Like, for example, recently in Canada... Oh, okay. So in Canada... Hold on, Tim Hortons. News. So this was only discovered because someone looked into it. This is a common phone app from a trusted company. And you know the kind of shit that this app did? Right? It said it was supposed to only access your location and everything when the app was open. When you open the app and you were using it. And you know what it was doing instead? Even when the application was closed, it was still, and not open, it was still tracking all of your data and sending it back to their servers. I love Tim Hortons. I love the company. I love coffee and Timbits and ice caps, but like, it was super messed up. Some of the things, here's some of the tidbits of some of the things they tracked. They were tracking how long you were in your house, when you left your house, how long you were driving, whenever you passed one of their competitors, if you ever visited any of their competitors, how long did you stop or slow down when you were passing one of their competitors like Starbucks. And that's just like a small taste of what they were tracking when the app was closed. It was closed. You don't care about that? You should. You should care about that. Everyone should care about that. In this day and age, privacy is like a luxury now. Think about it this way. With most apps that you get that are free, right? They're free. They're not free. You're paying with your data, your information. And you're like, oh, but I have nothing to hide. Think about it this way, right? Let's think about it this way. if you are trying to get car insurance, right? You're trying to get car insurance. Even if all of your data is anonymized and whatever, right? They can still put it this way. They can identify people based on VR movement, like people putting on a headset and looking at something in the headset. They can identify people specifically without like knowing their name or anything. Just how the headset moves, they can identify specific people. So you know that if they have access to your GPS, your location, your microphone, your contacts, even if no matter how anonymized it is, you're like your person 123 that lives in your address area that travels in this specific way, they know who you are, right? Like if you don't think so, then you're deluded. So now think about it. You're applying for car insurance, right? And you had like a bad day driving, or like you were speeding that week. They're able to pull up your they're able to contract out a data broker, and they find out that people in your area, specifically your household, but they'll say your area, are more prone to speeding. They're going to charge you more in insurance. And you're like, Fofa, that will never happen. Oh. If they're not doing it now, they will soon. Because insurance companies are all about saving as much money as possible and getting you to pay as much as possible. Why do you think people with red cars, for example, get charged more for insurance than others? Because they rely heavily on statistics and data. And if they can get heavy based statistics and data based on people that live in your area and how they drive their car, you know they're going to get it. And they can, Tim Hortons, if they wanted to, right, they have this data, they could just sell it. They can say, oh, we anonymized it and we sold it to a data broker. And to put it even further, right, this means also that companies and politicians will be able to use this data to, to pander to you, right? They're like, oh, well, people in this area tend to like Starbucks more than Tim Hortons, which means that, you can already think of, what kind of people would shop at a Tim Hortons versus a Starbucks, right? Starbucks is more, high-end, bougie, New Balance shoes, Lululemon kind of a deal, right? Whereas Tim Hortons is, the everyday, coffee place in Canada. Right? Some people be like, I don't go to Starbucks. It's like, I don't go to Tim Hortons. I go to Starbucks. Right? Those kind of people. When you know that the majority of a certain population in a certain area go to Starbucks instead of Tim Hortons, that is super valuable when you're trying to pander to a specific audience as a company and or politician, isn't it? Now, do you want to be pandered to and be told things that you want to hear, or be told their actual campaign and what they're about? This is why it's important to have your data, value your privacy. Because it impacts more than just if someone knows your specific routine or what kind of coffee you like. It affects everything. Because as soon as it affects companies and politics and politicians and how they act, it instantly affects everything in your country, in your life, everything. Did I ever hear about? Yes. I'm very curious to know how Edward Snowden is doing now with the whole Russia-Ukraine situation. But here's the thing, right? For an easy life, privacy versus things being hard don't have to be polar opposites. Privacy plus ease of use can be together, right? They can be together. How do you change it? Make privacy more regulated, make it into law, just like that, right? That's all you gotta do. Another way you can do it, vote with your wallet. If you're like, man, I sure like having privacy focused things on my smartphone. you can just show that you like privacy-based things by buying an iPhone. It's like, ew, iPhone, ew, gross, disgusting. But the thing is, iPhones are privacy-focused. That's what they are. And if more people are buying iPhones and they're saying, I'm buying an iPhone for privacy reasons, what's going to happen to the market? Everyone's going to shift towards having more privacy integrated features. If you don't believe me, look at what happened to the headphone jack. Look at what happened to the industrial design of handheld phones. Look at what happened to the interface of phones. Right? And then, like, it all comes down to regulation, right? If you're like, but it could be difficult. Like, think about it this way, right? Everyone, the government regulation is bad. All right. Is government regulation bad? Is it, though? Is it? Let's think about what's happening right now in the European Union. Right now in the European Union, what's happening? I'm choosing this because I don't like the news sources. I don't like The Verge as a news source. I despise them. But, so I'm choosing CNN just because it's not The Verge. Okay. So, EU, requiring all phones and electronics to use a standard charger, USB-C. So, first thought that people have is, oh, that's going to stifle innovation. Thing is, the EU has historically shown they're very quick. They're very quick to adapt regulations and policy to fit technology so it doesn't become stifled. That's what they do. They adopt things to make sure that things are updated and not behind. Secondly, so, like, for example, the biggest concern that people are having is, what if USB-C doesn't provide enough power, like watts, for higher end devices? Requiring this is a burden, right? Well, they're probably gonna adopt the policy and change it. Or secondly, you know, a company could just have USB charging available and then just have a barrel charger as an optional, right? So here's the thing. This is because of government regulation. Do you think if a company could save money by having, let's say, Lightning or micro USB or their own proprietary format, do you think they would do that? Because here's the thing, USB-C is not easy to implement. It's very expensive to make a USB-C port and a USB-C cable. It's very expensive. You might, oh, but Fofa, I can find a USB-C cable for like $2. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of those USB-C cables that you find for $2 are either misadvertising or they're wired for USB 2. I'm using this as an example because I think most of us can agree USB-C is good, right? And the thing is, if you were a company that let's say is having, let's say, a Lightning cable like Apple, or using micro USB, and you see this law and you're like, oh, this is gonna cost us so much money. You don't want to do this, right? It's not in a company's best interest to be consumer friendly. It's not in a company's best interest to make things easier for them to not buy your own proprietary stuff. Because if a company could get away with it, Apple, if a company can get away with it, Apple, they would make it so that you have to buy their cables, their chargers, and no one else's chargers. Because that would maximize their own profits, especially if they're a company like Apple, that has a really large market share of the amount of smartphones out there. What is putting this forward? Regulation. So regulation can make things easier. Just like privacy, if there's more regulation about consumer privacy, it doesn't have to be hard to have privacy. I specifically chose this because I believe that most of us can agree USB-C is good, and that it's a counterposition to Apple. What I was saying earlier, when I was praising Apple for their privacy-focused nature on their applications and software. But in terms of like, it doesn't mean that they're a perfect company because they want to maximize their profits by using their own proprietary charging and cable system. Right? When it comes down to headphones, I'm not a fan of wireless headphones, to be honest. I'm not a fan. Like, they're convenient, they're nice. I do use wireless headphones. If I didn't have to use wireless headphones, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Whenever I can, I always go wired. Just because it sounds better. I don't have to worry about a battery. I don't have to worry about things dying. If the battery dies, I don't have to worry about changing the entire thing. Like, for example, if I buy earbuds that are wireless and the battery dies, it's not worth repairing it because of the time and effort and money that goes into it. Just buy a new pair, right? But why? I have a pair of headphones that I've had for 15 years, and they still work the same as they did before. They're a little bit like, you know, they're used, obviously, because I've had them for 15 years, but they're still here. I have another pair, like, I have a lot of headphones that I bought, and the thing is, like, which is like, how do headphones last so long? You just gotta buy quality headphones. Do you know what I mean? What do I mean by that? It's like, quality headphones don't have to be expensive. They can be expensive, but they don't have to be. And the thing is, like, don't get caught up in marketing. Basically, the more heavily a headphone company will market, generally it's like the more shit they are. So, like, even though, like, I'm sure Raycons are fine, I will never buy one with my own dollar. Like, if I get sent a pair for free, sure, I'll try it. And I'll form an opinion from there. But, like, Raycon markets so heavily that, like, I just can't trust that they're good. Right? Just like Beats by Dre. They marketed so heavily, and those headphones sound like crap. Razer headphones, Razer headset headphones, they marketed so heavily, they're garbage. Like, they last a long time, yeah, but they sound like crap. Then the microphone's crap. Whereas, like, you can get AKG headphones, you can get Sennheiser headphones, you can get Barodynamic headphones. You can get all those headphones for basically AKG. Like, you can get all those headphones for a really low price. So, like, you can get AKG headphones starting at $20. And it'll last probably longer than, like, a $20 pair of headphones they can get from any other brand. Right? And you're like, what if I want it to sound really good? You can get Sennheiser HD 599s for 150 US dollars, and those will probably last you longer than you'd probably expect. Same thing with the Apple versus Linux. Here's the thing though, right? Linux, oh, GPU error. Give me a second. Unreal Engine crashed? Give me a second, I need to relaunch it. In the meantime, you can see me. Ooh. Ooh. By the way, something like this would have crashed my stream if I was using a single PC setup. But yeah, here's the thing about Apple, right? Linux, too fragmented, too divided. It's kind of like the Wild West of stuff. It's not, there's no unification. Windows. Windows has developed a standard, basically, and they've become complacent in being the base system that most people use. Apple. I don't think Apple has that much of an install base, do they? Operating system market share. I'm gonna guess that Apple's probably like 15%. Oh, hey, check it out. I was right. Boom. About 15%. 16. So Windows is like 75%. OS X is about 15-16%, and then everything else. See, the thing is that Apple does marketing, yes, but like, I think Apple does marketing very cleverly. Like, I think Apple does less marketing than you might think, if that makes sense. Because, like, right now, think about it this way, right? The new MacBook Air that just came out, the Apple MacBook Air M2 just came out, and you've probably heard of it. They haven't pushed advertising for that much. You want to know why? It's because the frothing fanboys and fangirls are all talking about it. That's why. It developed like such a cult following that, well, people will do the advertising for them. Do they have a large marketing budget? Yes. But the thing is, like, they use a lot. I think they're such a large company that the amount of marketing that they do is insignificant compared to their overall size. Okay, so let's look. Apple marketing budgets. This should be private, public information. Okay. So, Apple has spent $65 million in advertising in 2020. Okay. Apple's revenue Oh, we have to go down. Let's go close. Let's say $80 billion. Okay, so what's 65 million divided by 80 billion? I don't have an Apple monitor because I don't see the value in having one. Like I said, I have a Mac Mini. Doesn't come with a monitor. So Apple spends less than 1% of their overall revenue. So less than 1% of their revenue on marketing. So Apple basically spends nothing on marketing. It's like literally pennies to them. I didn't know this until I was going into it. I was really curious. They spend like no money on marketing. What the hell? That's like not even a percent. That's like, wow. Okay, let's times this by 100 to get in percentage. Wow. So just keep in mind, this is 1% right here. So if they had $100, they spend 8 cents on marketing out of their $100. No, that's not zero. Yeah, that's 0.08%. They spend, if they had $100, they spend 8 cents a year on marketing. Wow. Wow. That's insane. I didn't know it was so low. We're just talking about marketing. How much they push advertisement. So when we're talking about this because we're talking about Raycon, right? So let's say talk about earbuds, right? So if you were to buy earbuds, what earbuds would I recommend? If I had to just recommend a brand of earbuds and not specific earbuds, like get these earbuds, right? I would say if you're looking for a really good pair of earbuds, Shure IEM earbuds are the way to go, in my opinion, right? It's really hard to go wrong. Obviously, if I had the choice, I would probably get I would say get Sennheiser IE80s, but those are $1,200, so not everyone's gonna get that. Whereas you can get a pair of Shure SE 215s for $100, and they're pretty decent. And what's nice is that if you break the cable, how many earbuds can you get that if you break the cable, you can get a replacement cable? Not many. So that's why I always recommend Shure IEMs, and they sound good, right? But how much marketing does Shure do for their earbuds? Nothing. Versus how much marketing does Raycon do for their earbuds? A lot. And that's why we're talking about it. Just marketing, not engineering, not manufacturing, not anything else, just marketing. Shure basically does nothing for their earbuds. They're just known. Raycon has to push so hard for all their marketing and all their market share that they have. And I was I was expecting Apple to be 5% or 10% of their budget overall of how much of all their money for marketing. But no, this is insane. This is insane. I just can't believe it. Wow. a lot. I mean, like, it goes back to, I guess, what my prediction, right? Is that Apple pretty much relies on word of mouth, which is like insane for like an $80 billion a year company, right? That's insane. That's insane. I honestly thought they would have spent like 5-10% of their like total budget. Are you using invasive tracking by my web browsing? Huh? Why? Oh, by the way, I saw Woody's stream the other day. I was lurking the entire time. I think Woody rated Sapphire, right? Woody was doing ragdolls and dropping air conditioners and apples and stuff. Really fun stuff. I just don't say anything in chat. Even if you see me in chat, Big a Steak Man, don't. If you call me out, I'm not gonna say anything. Did you know? Did you know that Apple spends, if Apple had $100 total of money to play with, how much of that $100 do you think Apple spends on their marketing? I thought it'd be like $5-10. What did you think? What do you think?
$70.
Of their marketing? $70 of their 100 on marketing? You want to know what it actually is?
What?
8 cents. 8 cents. Can you say that louder in the microphone?
Wait, what?
8 cents.
Here.
What is that?
Special for Mom's Garden. Smell it and...
Oh, it's nice.
Good, eh?
Yeah. Mm. I can't believe it. 8 cents.
8 cents? Seriously?
That's my partner. Sly. Striker Sly.
Hi.
Oh, Sly changed their icon. Look at that. I didn't know Sly changed their icon. How am I changing my hair color on the fly? Unreal Engine.
Giant, like,
Hey,
just
look,
a
there's Sly.
stabbing hole
Hi, Sly.
underneath my nail. It's nasty. Nasty.
Hello.
Wait, Sly, is there anything you want to try from Australia? What is
Hi.
good? What is
Hello.
good in Australia? Besides you, Nick. Besides, what is good besides you?
Would you consider the web dev, trailers, and box art marketing?
Yeah, no. See how to? I'm not okay with the spiders. I don't like that shit.
Box art. Box art. I guess Apple's whole deal basically has been about premium, feeling premium, right? So I would say like it reflects a lot of their methodology, right? So like if we look at the Mac Mini M1, which is what I have, and if we look at the teardown for it, right? This is so unnecessary. All these parts are so unnecessary. Like how big everything is and how like, why is it in this aluminum housing? Why does it have this really high-end cooler? It's unnecessary and they just do it because they're Apple. They do it because they're Apple and they can. Let's have a solid piece of machined aluminum because it feels nice. That's why. Whereas like you know what Intel tried to do when they introduced these kind of things? They made like what's it called? Nux. And the thing is like Intel Nux, other than like their own Intel NUCs, like the native Intel NUCs. As soon as they went to the other brands like Gigabyte and Zotac and all that, most of them are garbage. It literally turns to garbage as soon as it leaves Intel's hands. As soon as like Intel's like, we made and designed this new platform that everyone should use, and this is how you do it. And the companies get their hands on it, and they go like, how can we save the most amount of money? and they touch it, it turns to garbage, and they're like, they slap a premium price tag on it. Whereas, what does Apple do? How can we make this as over-engineered as possible and make it feel nice? And it's like, and they'll be like, but Tim Cook, that will make it expensive. And it's like, and Tim Cook goes, I don't give a shit. Make it feel nice. That's just how it is. That's how Apple has $400 wheels. It's $400 wheels. Apple. Apple's $400 wheels. Should you buy them? No. Did they spend a lot of R&D making these wheels? Yes. But like, this is like a perfect example of Apple over-engineering something, making it expensive. It doesn't always work out in terms of like what you should actually get. Should you buy $400 wheels? No. 400. Here's what you should get basically. It's like, I look at these $400 wheels and I go, some of these are like, for $400, I can get a whole freaking cart like this. Look, I can get one of these from Walmart for like $100. Right? And you can buy something even more simplistic that just has like the tray on the bottom, right? For like, I don't know, $20? Right? So sometimes it just doesn't make sense. And but see the thing is, sometimes it doesn't make sense, like these, but sometimes it does make sense, like the M1. Right? The thing is, like, sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. Should you be loyal to a brand? No. As soon as a brand has something terrible, don't be like, I stand for Apple because I like Apple. No, they don't give a shit about you. Right? Just get what's good and what works. That's it. If it happens to be Apple, if it happens to be Microsoft, it happens to be whatever company, who cares? If I had to put my money on a laptop that's like not going to be a gaming laptop, just like an everyday carry around laptop, to be honest with you, the laptop that I'm probably looking at is Framework. If I needed like an everyday carry laptop, like that doesn't have to be gaming, I would probably get one of these. Why? Because they released the schematics for their motherboard. They released a CAD model of their chassis, so you can print your own chassis. If something dies in it, you can replace it easily. If they upgrade the motherboard, you can swap out the motherboard and keep everything else. Isn't that insane? I would love to have one of these. Personally. But like, is this gonna be a gaming laptop? No. Basically, if you're looking for like around like, I don't know, a $1,200 laptop, that's like a carry around, that's like you're gonna do office work, some light video editing, things like that. Honestly, I think this is the way to go. About if you care about, so okay, the difference is that you drawing tablets. Well, aren't your choices for having a good drawing tablet, like, if you don't want to have to carry around a pen display, isn't that just like iPad Pro or Microsoft Surface? Are those your only choices? Right? Aren't those the only choices you have? You have to get something with a Wacom digitizer, I think. But you need to get something powerful enough to actually, like, do something. Because, like, a lot of these, like the Surface Go, garbage. This kind of garbage. This kind of garbage. Honestly, like, all of the Windows offerings and all the Android offerings for, like, a portable drawing experience is kind of poo-poo magoo. Here's the thing, Instinct. This is what I would recommend. Have you tried using an iPad Pro with an Apple Pencil? Have you tried it? What I would recommend you do, Instinct, are you in America or Canada? Or are you in a, sorry, don't answer that. Are you in a country with a Costco in it, that has Costco's? Are you in a country with Costco? UK, do you have Costco there? I guess you have Apple stores, I guess. I would say go to an Apple store or somewhere that has iPads, or find a friend that has an iPad Pro. Try the iPad Pro with the pencil. You might like it. You might like it. It's from everyone that I know that's a professional artist, that ended up splurging and treating themselves with an iPad Pro with a pencil. They're all like, why isn't everything else like this? The iPad Pros. So here's the thing. iPad Pros have an M1 chip built into them. And with the newest updates with that's going to be coming out for iPads with M1 is you can hook up a display, like, with full scaling as a separate display now. Like, you have to wait for the update. It's coming soon. And it's USB-C, so you can just hook up a hub and just connect whatever you want to it. Is it expensive? Yes. But basically, you're paying for a tablet and iPad that has a desktop class CPU/GPU in it. I honestly, I wish that the iPad had OS X on it, Mac OS, but it doesn't, and uses iOS. It's like the only downside. But I would say 100%, if you, the best case, if you have a friend and they let you borrow it for a day. Worst case, just go to a store and try it out and see if you like it. And I'm gonna guess there's like a 3 out of 75% chance you're gonna like it. Oh yeah, with the Surface Pros, there was like a huge problem with screen failures, wasn't there? And the worst part is with the Surface Pros is that the screen failure didn't like appear until like 2 years, 3 years later, which is like insane. Insane. like, to be clear, if there was a better option for a really good pen display, that's portable, that wasn't Apple, that was more cost effective, I would recommend it. But unfortunately, there's nothing. There's nothing. What's it like for Apple development? Hell. It's hell. Everyone that I know that's a developer hates it. Developing for Apple is like having Tim Cook riding you with a whip. But here's the thing, if you just want to draw, that's like, it's the only thing. It's the only thing. And secondly too, right? I don't, like, not for the iPad. Like, you're not gonna do this on the iPad because your internet's not gonna be good enough. But the thing is, like, if you really need, wait. Instinct, are you talking about what it's like, is what it's like for developing for Apple, or what is it like developing on Apple? Those are two different questions. Those are actually two different questions. Because they both have very different answers. What is it like developing for Apple is the Tim Cook whipping analogy. What is it like developing on Apple? Pretty good from what I hear. Pretty good. Just not developing for Apple. Developing on Apple. Two different stories. Two different spectrums. So if you're like doing coding or things like that, Apple's pretty good. If you want to do stuff for Apple and get on their app store, that's the problem. I don't know if you can dev on iOS, honestly. That's something you're going to have to research yourself, because that's outside my spectrum. But what I do know is that Sly has an iPad Pro, and she does drawing on it, and it has so much cool stuff you can do on it. So one of the things that I'm going to do for my 50,000 subscriber special on YouTube, whenever that comes around, is I'm going to 3D scan my room. Because the iPad Pro has a LiDAR sensor. Isn't that insane? So I could just go like this, walk around my room just like this, and then just get a fully accurate, textured 3D environment, 3D mesh for my environment, for my room. So when I hit 50,000 subs on YouTube, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a setup tour, basically. You need to scan your house? You could! You could! Yeah, as Mega Steakman says, developing for Apple is bad. Developing on Apple is not bad. Can you do that with your iPhone? I could, but I don't have an iPhone Pro. I have an iPhone X, and it doesn't have LiDAR. Because it's too old. Basically, it's too old. Huh? So, please stick around for the raid because you're gonna get 250 free channel points. What's better than free? What's the catch? All you gotta do, stick around. Stick around for like, I don't know, a minute. Stick around for a minute and you'll be redirected to a friend of mine and get 250 free channel points. Wow. Wow, it's free. Okay, so Sunday, next stream, 2 days. It's gonna be on Saturday. We're gonna be streaming on Saturday, 2 days. Not sure what we're gonna do on Saturday. We'll do something. It's always a good conversation. I'll try to have something more planned this time, rather than just kind of go off the cuff like I was today. But anyways, if you don't know who
Gary.
If you don't know who Addie is a fellow virtual content creator. You're currently streaming this game called VR Chat, which is basically like VTubers, but in a social environment. And Addie VR is like one of the biggest world creators, at least I think so. One of the biggest world creators in VR Chat. They're super great, super wholesome, super comfy to hang out with, and great community. I'll see you in 2 days. Bye!